Hello everybody and welcome to another video. And today we're going to be looking at a band that I am familiar with. A band called November's Doom. Now I own 8 albums by them, something like that? Something like that. Anyway, band I'm quite fond of, they're very, very good. As the name suggests, they do have a slight sort of hint of doom metal about them. Those who didn't know anything, is a little bit of information. There is actually a whole wealth of information you can look up on them, but I didn't want to unload a whole bunch of information. So we've got November's Doom is an American extreme metal band formed in Chicago in 1989, so they have been around for quite a long time. Originally they were formed as a death thrash metal band Laceration. Gradually the band began to change their sound towards a heavier, slower style, at which point the name November's Doom was adopted, as the band felt it more suited their current direction. Now, their musical style is, they go for the heavy stuff, the sort of death/doom, with a bit of prog thrown in there, but they do mix it up quite a bit, so it's really quite hard to pin an exact genre on them, although Doom seems to be the overriding, Death Doom seems to be the overriding thing for the band. Now, we're going to be looking at a track called Nephilim Grove. Now, this band was suggested to me a while back, but nobody actually suggested a specific track. So I just figured I'd pick out a track that they released 6 days ago. This, however, means that there's no lyrics available online for the track. However, the video itself is a lyric video, so we'll see if we can figure out any meaning behind the song as we go through, but I can't guarantee it because, normally I sit there and I sort of muse over what the lyrics say as I'm reading them. But we'll see. I'm very interested to see what this is like. Like I said, I quite enjoy November's Doom's music, and as I've said on several occasions, I am a fan of doom metal in general. So, I think we'll jump to it. So, November's Doom, Nephilim Grove. Let's see what we get.
The colored ground is scarlet red. The color bold conceals the fog. Sinister plan for a master falls. Enter the grove where the Nephilim roam. I am the shepherd of the butcher's design. We paint the devil with a golden tone. Follow me, I know the way.
I'm just going to pause it quickly there. Now, I love the way this track sounds. The music to it is really nice. It starts off with that sort of quiet, soft, almost acoustic sounding music, and the guy's voice, he's got a phenomenal voice. And then they sort of came into that heavy music. He maintained the same vocal style throughout that, but then they had that sort of death growl sort of creeping in, sort of highlighting one word, and I love the way that it sort of builds and then sort of fades away again. It sounds really, really good. And the video, that style of video seems to be very common at the moment. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, they look fantastic, but you know, that sort of, you know, the sort of art style of that video seems very, very common. Although I do like the fact that they're actually showing it being drawn as well. I quite like that. It's unusual but very interesting part of the video. But so far, I'm really, really liking it. Let's carry on.
The soiled earth is paved in blood. This mortal coil is left behind. Wicked ways to establish fault. Enter the grove where the Nephilim roam. I am the shepherd of the butcher's design. We paint the devil with the golden tone. Follow me, I know the way. Leech the earth with death and smites. Lead your sheep to the slaughter.
I fucking love that bit.
His majesties. Crossblades of decay. Leading north to a violent
Well, that was fantastic. That was just a brilliant piece of music. I loved every bit of it. I didn't actually follow too closely what the meaning of the song was, but they were talking about like the ground being covered in blood and come with me to where the Nephilim roam, or can't remember the exact word. So it sounds like they're talking about some sort of battlefield, like or a war, and it's like, this person, somebody died, come with me to where all these fantastical beings are, akin to heaven, I suppose. And so it was a great song. I loved the way the song was done. The music was fantastic. There was the softer, quieter, almost acoustic moments. There was the heavier um, guitar and parts of it. It sounded amazing. The two different vocal styles were bloody amazing. I've said this countless times, and people are probably getting sick of me saying it, but I love it when bands mix up the vocal style. When they have more than one vocal style in a song, it's something that I really enjoy, because it really sort of draws me into the song. And like I said, the guy has a fantastic voice for the cleaner vocals, and the harsher death growls are just so perfectly executed. They sound amazing, and as I made clear earlier, that bit where they highlight the word death and slaughter with that sort of slow growl that sort of fades in and then fades out again. I just think that bit sounds so damn good. It is unreal. It's just a brilliant part of the song. And the video looked amazing. Like I said, very common style at the moment. Seems to be going around quite a lot of videos, but it looked amazing. It was just a brilliant track. I'm actually very much looking forward to hearing the rest of that album. Like I said, I'm a fan of the band anyway, but that is just a fantastic track. From what I understand, that track, Nephilim Grove, the album itself is called Nephilim Grove and comes out on the 1st of November, I believe. I could possibly be wrong, but I will put links below to where you can pre-order their album should you be interested. Absolutely phenomenal piece of music. Loved it. Just brilliant. I'm going to be listening to that quite a few more times, I think, after doing this video. So, yeah, brilliant piece of music. And if nobody's actually listened to November's Doom before this, I do highly recommend going and checking out some of their back catalogue, because they are an exceptionally good band. I can't really think what else to say about that at the moment. I can just keep rambling on about how great it sounded, how good it was, and how much I enjoyed it. But there's only so many different ways I can actually say that. But what a piece of music! What a piece of music! But I'm going to leave that as it is. And if anybody would like to suggest a track for me to react to, then please do so by all means. You can drop a comment in the comment section below, or message me through my Facebook or my Instagram, or you could even message me through Patreon, where you could also help to support this channel to help me create future content, possibly even improve the quality of future content. That would be rather nice and helpful, since I can't monetize any of these videos, because all the proceeds that these videos make goes to the bands, which is only fair. It is their music. But it'd be nice if I even got a small amount of it, but I don't. Do know though, if you do make a suggestion, it might take me a while to get around to it, since I get suggested so many different tracks every single day. My list grows faster than I can record them. For every one video I make, I get suggested another 12, so my list grows really fast, and I can't keep up with it. But I do write down every suggestion I get, so it will get done eventually. It's just going to take me a while to get around to it. Also, Metalhead Reacts is a proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, a British-based charity whose main goal is to put an end to hate crimes, mainly those that are aimed at people of the alternative culture. It's something I believe in very strongly, something I'm very passionate about, because it's something I've had to live with for a very long time. Since I was 11 years old, I've been dealing with hatred and, bullying and, physical and verbal attacks, just because I listen to alternative music and because I wear alternative fashions. And Many of my friends have been through it. I know some of you watching have been through it as well. And it's something I never ever understood, because it makes no sense to me. Why would you attack someone because of their taste in music? And it's a ridiculous question. I mean, if you went up to someone and said, "I've just beat someone up," why? Because they don't like the same music as me. You'd call them a bloody idiot. It makes no sense. What difference is it really going to make? What music they listen to? It doesn't affect your life in any way. And beating 10 shades out of someone isn't going to change their mind. They're not going to suddenly turn around and go, "Oh, do you know what? I don't like alternative music anymore. I'm going to listen to Nicki Minaj and Cardi B," or whatever else people listen to these days. It accomplishes nothing. The only reason people do it is to try and look big in front of their mates, trying to look smart and tough and hard, which it really isn't. I mean, the way it works 9 times out of 10 is it's a group of people attacking one person. And we just need to look at the Sophie Lancaster situation for that. I mean, Sophie Lancaster and her boyfriend Rob Maltby were minding their own business when they were walking home, and they were attacked by a group of people, about 5 or 6 people, against these 2 people. And they were violently attacked, violently beaten, and they were beaten so bad, both of them went into a coma. Rob Maltby, I can't remember how long he was in the coma for. It was like somewhere around a week or so. But he came out of it. I believe he suffered a little bit of brain damage. But Sophie Lancaster was in a coma for 13 days before she died. She was beaten so violently that she died from her injuries. By a group of people who were so ignorant and single-minded in their little ways that they couldn't accept the fact that everybody has the right to be an individual. So they saw something that they didn't like and they effectively destroyed it. They saw something that didn't agree with their thoughts, so they attacked it and they killed her, essentially. They murdered a young woman purely for the fact that she liked different music. And it's unacceptable that this happened. And it's not the only case of it ever happening. It's happened a few times before. Now, yesterday, I had someone comment on one of my videos saying, "You lost me at hate crime." Essentially saying that this is not a hate crime. It is a hate crime. It's no different than, attacking someone because of the colour of their skin. It's a stupid, petty, it's a small petty grievance that really has no effect on your life whatsoever. You're attacking someone because you hate something about them. That makes it a hate crime. You're attacking someone because they don't agree with you, because they don't listen to the same music as you, because they don't look the same as you, because they don't dress the same as you. Whatever it is, you're attacking someone because they are different to you, and that is a hate crime. And I don't care what you call it. You can just call it a regular crime, whatever. It's still unacceptable that this is happening. But it is happening every single day, all over the world. And people are getting severely injured. People are getting hospitalised because of this. And it needs to stop. And this is exactly what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is all about. They want to put a stop to this. They don't want to see another family go through what they went through when they had to watch their daughter die. When they had to see her lying in hospital with all sorts of tubes and wires coming out of her. Her face was so badly beaten. They actually, allegedly, they had trouble identifying which one of them was which. They couldn't differentiate between which was Rob and which was Sophie initially when they picked them up because they were beaten so badly, apparently. This shouldn't happen. This should never happen again. And like I said, this is what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is all about. They want to stop this. So if you'd like to find out more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, there is a link to their website in the description below. You can go over there, find out what they're working on at the moment, find out what other work they do, find out what their goal is, because they can explain it a whole lot better than I can. And, if you can help them out in any small way, even if you make a tiny donation, or even if you pop over to the web shop and buy something like one of these wristbands for only like £1, they have a whole bunch of other merch as well. If you can help them in any small way, that's greatly appreciated, because the smallest amount can make the biggest difference, you know. And the sooner we can bring more attention to this, the sooner we can help to stamp out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. But I'm going to leave that as it is for the time being. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.
Bleach the earth with death and spite. Lead your sheep to the slaughter.